Here is a claim that sounds like pure fantasy. There is a crow who has watched the entire universe be born and then destroyed, not once, but dozens of times. He watched the universe end, again and again. He remembers all of it. Now, this comes from a 500-year-old poem, not a physics journal, and I want to be honest with you from the very start. This is not a story about ancient people secretly knowing science. It is something stranger, and I think more interesting. Because the questions that old story was asking, how deep does time really go, and is there only one universe, are the exact questions our best physicists are losing sleep over right now. The story comes from the Ramcharitmanas, and the crow is called Kakbushundi. As the tale goes, he was granted something no creature is meant to have. Time itself could not kill him. While empires rose and crumbled, while mountains wore down to dust, he simply remained. And because he lived across such vast stretches of time, he claimed to have witnessed the great epic of the Ramayana play out, not once, but 11 separate times. And here is the detail that should make you sit up. Each time, it was subtly different. The same central hero, but different events around him, different outcomes, as if he were watching the same story told in slightly different ways, over and over. Hold on to that image. We will come back to it. To understand why his vision matters, we have to talk about time on a scale almost no human mind can hold. In this old cosmology, the universe does not run once and stop. It moves in immense cycles of creation and dissolution. A single one of these cosmic ages was said to last around 4.32 billion years. Now pause on that number, because modern science tells us the Earth is about 4.5 billion years old. An ancient poem with no telescopes, no geology, no radioactive dating, happened to imagine a unit of cosmic time almost exactly the age of our planet. I am not saying they knew. I am saying that while most of the world pictured a universe a few thousand years old, this tradition was already thinking in billions. It was reaching for deep time. And deep time is genuinely difficult to feel. If you compress the entire history of the universe, all 13.8 billion years of it, into a single calendar year, then all of recorded human history, every pyramid, every war, every person you have ever heard of, would fit into the final 14 seconds before midnight. Our species is a flicker at the very end of the last day. The crow in the story sits outside that flicker. He sees the whole calendar, and that is the first thing the myth was reaching for, long before science could measure it. The universe is not just old. It is old in a way that makes a human lifetime almost invisibly small. And somehow, that is not a sad thought. It is a humbling one. But the old story said something even bolder. It said the universe does this over and over. It is born, it expands, it dissolves, and then it begins again. A cosmos that breathes. For a long time, modern science assumed our universe began once, in the Big Bang, and that was that. But some of today's leading physicists are no longer so sure. There are serious models, like the cyclic universe, and the idea of a big bounce that propose our Big Bang was not the beginning of everything. It may have been the rebound of a previous universe collapsing. In these models, creation and destruction repeat, perhaps endlessly. Now, this is far from settled science, but notice the shape of the idea. A universe that ends and begins again. The crow would have recognized it instantly. Now we arrive at the strangest part of the tale, In one extraordinary moment, the crow is said to look inside and to see not one universe, but a countless number of them, world after world after world, each complete, each real, and in every single one, the same central hero appears, playing out his story, but everything around him is different. Same hero, different worlds. Remember the 11 Ramayanas, each slightly changed. This is that idea taken to infinity. Not one reality, but uncountably many, running in parallel, each a variation on a theme. To the people who first told this story, it was a vision of the divine, but to a modern ear, it sounds startlingly like something else entirely. In quantum mechanics, there is a famous and deeply serious interpretation called many worlds. It tries to solve a real puzzle about how tiny particles behave, and its answer is breathtaking. Every time a quantum event could go more than one way, reality does not choose, it splits. The universe branches into parallel versions, one for each possible outcome. In one branch, the particle went left. In another, it went right. Both are real. Both continue. If this is correct, then there are staggering numbers of universes constantly branching in which versions of you made every choice you did not. Same you, different worlds. It is, of course, a scientific hypothesis, fiercely debated, but the resemblance to that ancient vision of infinite worlds, same hero, endless variation, is hard to simply shrug off. Now, I have to be careful here, because this is exactly where these conversations usually go wrong. It would be easy and dishonest to say the ancients proved modern physics. They did not. A poem is not a theory. It makes no predictions, runs no experiments, and was written for entirely different reasons, about devotion, not data. So let me be precise about what is actually remarkable. It is not that they had the same answers. It is that they were drawn to the same questions. How deep does time go? Is there only one world, or many? Does the cosmos end, or begin again? These are not small questions, and two completely separate traditions, an ancient poet and a modern physicist with nothing in common, found themselves standing in front of the very same doors. So why do the same enormous questions keep surfacing in such different times and places? Maybe because they are not really questions about physics or about religion. They are questions about being small and aware under an overwhelming sky. Any mind that wakes up inside this universe and truly looks will eventually feel how vast time is and wonder if this is the only world there is. The ancient poet reached for those questions with story and metaphor. The modern physicist reaches for them with mathematics and telescopes, different tools, different languages, but the same astonishment, pointed at the same dark. The multiverse may turn out to be real, or it may not. But the impulse to ask is older than any science. So, was there ever really a crow who watched the universe end and begin again, who saw infinite worlds unfold? For those who hold this story sacred, he is as real as the eternal truths he witnessed, and that faith deserves our deep respect. For others, he lives as a profound metaphor, and perhaps the most beautiful thing is that, either way, the story holds something true. It is a record of human beings, half a millennium ago, refusing to believe the universe was small, or simple, or singular. And here we are, with all our instruments, arriving at the very same suspicion. That time runs deeper than we can feel, that this might not be the only world, that the cosmos may end and begin forever. Whether you take the old story as literal truth or as sacred metaphor, It kept this question alive and carried it forward until we were ready to ask it again. So let me leave you with this. If there really are infinite versions of you, making every other choice, does that make this life smaller, or does it make this exact one, the one you are living right now, quietly precious? Tell me in the comments, and if you love questions this large, subscribe to First Principles Talk. We're just getting started.